I think the biggest thing that I've taken away from the last season is that believing in yourself actually works out. Because a lot of people say a lot of different things, whether it's negative, whether it's positive. But at the end of the day, what matters is what you think about yourself. And that's what I've been firm since when I joined the IPL. And I had rough seasons. I had a lot of rough seasons more than nice ones. And I feel having that constant belief in yourself that you actually belong in this level and you can actually do things that you've dreamt of. 8 games out of 9 and then losing 4 and then the last game without a result which dropped us down to number 3 and we didn't get that extra shot. It's tough, but then that's how cricket goes. There are world-class championship sides that are playing the tournament, world-class players that are playing the tournament. It's a tough game. It's a matter of like 3 hours in a single day, and if you play those 3 hours well, you win the game. If you don't play like a minute of those 3 hours, if you don't play one single ball the way it's supposed to be, it can go the other way, and it did for us. A lot of learnings for next year. I feel as a group, as the coaching staff, as the player, as the leadership group, we've learned a lot of things. We'll try to not, if we have the same bunch of boys, we'll try and not repeat those things. But I think regardless, we've got to be proud of the way we played cricket. I think you've got to be very quick and very sharp in reacting to things. Like you said, social media and all of that plays a big part with mental pressure because once you start listening to those things, it always starts in a merry way, right? Once you start performing, people really like hype you up, and once you start reading that, you get that satisfaction of listening to other people or watching other things. But what I've figured out in the last year or two is that I've got to have an undeniable stack of proof that I belong at this level, which means is me practicing a lot, me practicing at that level, practicing those situations. Once I have that proof, once I have that undeniable stack, okay, regardless of the situation, I've got this behind me. I've got to go into that situation and just imply on what I've been doing for the last 6 years, 5 years, whatever it is, for the last year, for the last month. And once I have that, everything else is just white noise. So I believe now what I've learned is practice, and then that becomes muscle memory, and then you go and implement it so you don't really feel pressure. See, when I was not scoring runs, I said this in a Red Bull interview as well, that I was going to play for India, I am going to play for India. That is me believing in myself. That's not me being arrogant. That's what my plan was with my dad when I started playing cricket when I was like 10 years old. We were going to play for India regardless of anything. Whether it's the next tour, whether it's a tour in 6 months, whether it's a tour in one year. I don't really put my thought behind that of when I should play. That's the selector's job, that's other people's job. I know that I'm going to play for India and I know what I need to keep doing. If it's not the next tour, fair enough. I go back to domestic cricket, I score runs. At some point, you'll have to take me, right? So that's my belief. I'm going to play for India. I don't really care when.